Good evening, everyone. It says I'm live, but for some reason we're not getting a picture. Wonder what that's all about. Let me try. There we go. Now we got a picture. Can you guys hear me? Hello, Andre. Good evening. Hi, Melissa. Hello, Lexi, Minnesota. Hi, Jan. How you doing? Kellyanne, can you guys all hear me? Pamela, how you doing? It's a different angle tonight. Um, you're going to see the machine I'm using, and I'm going to do some die cutting. I'm going to make a card actually. I've got a lot of cards to show you that I have made. So you're not going to get to see me in person, but you get to hear me. I'm glad you guys can all hear me. While we're waiting for everybody to get on before I show you how to do the machine, I got to tell you about a couple things I made for my craft fair. I discovered that I have made a download off of a lot of Stephanie's items. Most of them, um, it was like in a planner book, um, the calendar that does the birthdays, because I've been experimenting with doing the different types of binding. Hi, Gloria, how you doing? So I wanted to show you that I did make one of the calendars. I haven't got it all decorated yet because I just literally made it and I started putting birthdays in. But I did it where I double printed it, and so every other page has the side blank. I did put April's in already, so I wanted to show you what that looked like. I did the Easter egg in that pink hologram or the purple hologram. I love this hologram stuff. I'm sure you guys do too. So I made a couple of these. I'm going to try and get them done and have something in all the blank spots. It does take one card front to do it. So of course there's 12 months. You got to make 12 of them, which I think is funny. So I downloaded that, and then I did my cinching, and I did the binder. It's really easy, you guys, if you do have that. But I also discovered that I downloaded the planning stuff, planners. Instead of making a planner book, I made the planner sheets. This is just one sample. There's 15 different ones. I have a bunch of the magnet strips. I put them on the back, and I ordered from Amazon the marking pens that you can erase. And I got the fine tipped one, not the big thick ones. So you can make your notes and everything. And I figured out the cost, and the cost of these to make was like $1.25. And I'm going to sell them for $5 each with a pen. Let me show you a couple of the other styles. They're really cute. For somebody who wants something a little on the plainer side, just the black and white. Stephanie's colors are a lot of the pink and white. This one I thought was particularly fun because it had all different colors. They're more of the light ones. She has a lot of different versions, and what I did is I printed 3 each of all of the to-do lists and the memos. There's, like I said, 15 of them. You can go online and look at them all. She had a book that she cinched and binded. And I thought, no, I'm going to do these where you put them on the fridge. People love that stuff. And I thought that would be much more practical. And I'm going to see how those sell. I've already got one on my fridge, and I really like them. So today I made 12 baskets. I made all kinds of sorry about that. That one does stand up straight. I made 12 of the, here we go again. I forgot the name of it. The box sets, the box set dies. I did the bunnies, and I did the eggs. This is my favorite one, the yellow one. Mary's on here. She'll like, yep, Mary, you're on here. Ricky hears my voice. Now he's trying to look for treats. Get lucky, Ricky. Ricky's my cat that I keep at my sister's house. So, or no, Ricky's her cat. Smalls is mine. It's their birthday today. They both turned 4. So anyway, this is a yellow box set. I made this today. I made 5 of the eggshell ones. They took the large box that die. The bunnies take the medium box that die. So I made 7 of the bunnies in the grays and pinks, and the 2 different styles, this style and this one. They're both really fast and they go together, super easy, super cute. So I've got a total of about 12, 14 boxes that I'll be taking to the craft fair. I'll put Easter grass in them, and then some of the plastic eggs. I'm not going to fill the eggs this time. I'm going to let people do their own thing with theirs. I'm not going to try and second guess what everybody's doing. So the boxes, I sold 40 of them last time, and I'm only taking about 15 because I don't know with Easter. I'm not sure quite how it's going to go. I do want to make some Mother's Day ones, but I haven't quite figured those out yet either. So last time I was on, and sorry about last week, guys, but I was having one of those days. Nothing I did was going right, and I needed a mental health day. Yeah, the planners, Pamela, are 8.5 by 11. And I happen to have a laminating machine that I used to use when I did nails. I would make signs and menus and price lists and all that kind of stuff for the shop. So I've had a laminator forever, and I used all my laminating sheets, and I made up a whole bunch of those. And I bought those magnet strips back when I first started Stamps of Life, because Tiffany sold them in a bulk of those, just the strips. Cut them in half, one on bottom, one on top. Easy peasy, you're done. I got 24 of those pens from Amazon. Let me tell you how much those cost. And they should be delivered today between 4 and 8. They're the EXPO fine tip dry erase markers. And those cost me $20 for 36 of them. So they're less than $1 each, you guys. So relatively inexpensive to make those. I'm hoping they sell out good. I am going to offer them 2 for $5 if you make a $10 purchase or more of anything else that I have. And yeah, they are great planners, Lexi, but I don't use a planner. I'm retired, and a lot of people buy planning books in different sizes. The 8.5 and 11 to me seems kind of big. So I just thought I'm just going to make those for people to put on their fridge. They're great for a dorm. If you don't want to use it with the magnet, you can always just tack it up. So there's always that double stick tape that comes in different strengths and stuff that you can do that for too. Yes, you can include Jeffrey Goldberg in the chat. I would love to have him, Andre. So just tell him he's got to hit the subscribe button and join us on. Yeah, I like that, Pamela. I love the fact that on the perpetual calendar, I love the fact that it's every other page, left, right, left, right. So when I print all the left side, then I print all the right side, then I just switch them. And then using the actual machine to make the holes in it for it was really, really easy. So I'm going to show you some cards that I made. I'm trying to get Mother's Day, Father's Day, and birthdays done. Nothing fancy, just some really quick ones on all the different. I used a lot of older paper. See this one, You Are My Hero, and it's got the little funky design down here. It's because I had a dot of black ink that got away from me. I do that a lot. If I make mistakes, I'll cover them up with something. For you, happy birthday. I use a lot of my epoxy dots. I have tons and tons of epoxy dots. I remembered our luau guy. Remember him with the Hawaiian shirts? Those are great for Father's Day too. I wanted to get a lot of Father's Day ones done and Mother's Day because I'm not going to do a craft fair between April 12th and Father's Day. And I really thought I came up with some interesting color combinations. I tried to use I have a lot of paper pads. I don't know if you guys do, that have like 3-4 sheets in it. So that being said, that's why some of these look like, I haven't seen that in a while, but you can make any kind of combination you want. Everything matches eventually, just like my yellow, green, and blue circles. I had extra ones of those. So what did I do? I just slapped it on a polka dot card. Now, some of you were asking, what are we going to do with all those black cards? Let me show you what you're going to do with all those black cards. Because black to me is the easiest color, non-color, to make any card with. I simply took the black and white flowered card. I took 3 different colors of pink and I colored the flowers. Happy birthday, Mom. Stuck a little embellishment on it. There you have it. It's a no-brainer. Black cards make amazing, beautiful cards. I hope she prints more of these, the paper that has the words on them. I highlighted in gold the word dream and the word hugs. And this is out of the graduate collection. And I just did it in black and white, stamped it, cut it out, and I just accented in some gold color because I have the gold foil for the background. And easy, easy, easy. You can't screw it up. But black to me is so elegant looking. I just think it's a really nice classic card. I like the way it looks. I have another black one here. Where did it go? Here it is. This one is the gatefold card. And I untied it, but I had it tied in a bow. And it's the gatefold card, and I used that ladybug theme. Those ladybugs are great. For my sister, happy birthday to a special lady. That stamp, happy birthday to a special lady, comes with the ladybug system, with the set. So I thought, hey, for my sister, what a great idea. No, this isn't for you, Mary. So anyway, I don't have any other sisters, but I'm going to try and sell it. So anyway, and then I just put on the embellishments with the little string that Stephanie sells, and I'll just tie it in a bow. But for now, just to show you what it was, that's what I do with the black cards. I've got a lot more to go. I'm going to be making them, but I got sidetracked with, guess what? The butterfly one. Isn't that gorgeous, you guys? I just love the way her new glitter paper super sparkles. Nothing fancy, nothing really elaborate. I kept the sayings pretty simple. This one I like because it's pretty monochromatic. I thought that really turned out nice. It's a soft sheen, and the reason why I stuck that flower there is because I tore a butterfly by accident. But the monochromatic to me is also a nice look. But the black, you can't beat the black for class. Look at how pretty that is. Bringing you sunshine and butterflies. I left this one blank. What I'm going to do, and I'll try to show you next week, is I'm going to take the new stamp set that she got that has Mom, Mommy, Grandma, Nana, Gigi. I am going to take those stamps and I am going to stamp them on all kinds of paper, cut them out, kind of like this, and have a neutral color on them. And then what I'm going to do is take all those with me. So if somebody wants to customize a card, I want that for my aunt. So on the Swish Big card, say Forever, for example, she wants to do this one for my aunt. Then I would simply glue that says for my aunt above that. So I can customize any card. Instead of making all these butterfly cards to say Mom on them or aunt or whatever, they can pick out the card they want. And then all I got to do is add the title to it. Make it super easy. Another super simple one. Again, I use the foil. I love this foil. It's so shiny. And it's the old Mother's Day heart flower stamp. I don't know if you guys can see it. It says Happy Mother's Day on it. And then this background paper is that big paper pad I showed you of 36 where it had the different colors that graduated in a pearl. So yeah, I made a lot of Mother's Day cards, some birthday cards. I do like the black with the glitter. This is the chunky glitter. I use this on these butterflies. Where I bought that chunky glitter, I colored a piece of paper with it and let it dry for 24 hours and then cut it out. Again, I left it blank. This is the ombre paper pearlized. You cannot stamp on this pearlized paper, so that's why I just put a blank one there so people can put their notes. I can put for Mom, for Auntie, whatever, for Grandma, for Granny, whatever you want to do. And then also I got really hooked on these new ones. I love her new cards that the borders are cut out. This one's the flower one. It's the flip it. And I just think the flip its are so friggin' cute. And then on the back, I just wrote celebrate your day. Again, leaving room at the top. So if they want me to personalize it, I can. I use the stickers from the flowers and the pictures. Again, leaving the top blank. I really had a good time with this. The kind thought ones, I really like that paper pad. And I made this one to get well with kind thoughts. These flowers are so simple to make. And all I did was highlight or inked up the edges of the pink flower. I love the hidden panels in the flip it. So do I, but I don't make a whole lot of those. Let me tell you another thing I fell in love with is these new bows she's got out, the pearlized bows. On the card I'm going to make tonight, I'm going to use one of these. I think they are the prettiest thing in person. They're just gorgeous. I do the hidden, you know what, Pamela? I do the hidden panels on my flip its when it's for somebody that I'm personally going to send a card for. I really don't do them for resale, only because they are more costly and people don't really, I don't think, understand or appreciate the panel part. But like, I'm going to mail a card to somebody, I'll put the in panel on it because I like to write a nice long note, and people do appreciate that. But yeah, don't forget about hidden panels, you guys, because that's huge. So tonight, guess what we're going to make? We are going to make, now I've never done a card demo, so be patient with me. We're going to do the tulip trio. I did some pre-cutting on some of this only because I'm making a card because everybody wants to see how easy the Anna Griffin die cutting machine is. So mine is the Anna Griffin Empress. I bought this exactly 2 years ago this month. I bought it in the beginning of March 2 years ago. I have not done anything to it. I have not cleaned it. I have not taken it apart for any reason because I haven't needed to. I'm going to show you what the top looks like. To turn the power on, you just hit the middle button. You can go in reverse and you can go run. This is a handle that lifts up. Easy peasy. No big deal. That's to carry it back and forth. I usually have it, see where this fan is right behind me? Right there. That's usually where my die cutting machine sits, is on that tabletop. But I moved it over here so I can show you guys how easy it is to work. We're going to make the tulip fold it. So the first thing I do is I have my paper, and I did pick the new color, which is my favorite, the berry. I'm in love with this berry. It matches so much. I can't even believe how much stuff it matches. And I have a bone folder, and I always crease it just because I don't like it to pop up. So I folded my sheet in half. These are the plates that come with it. Now mine is 2 years old, so look at this. It's beat up. They do not warp. They do not warp. But I flip them over once in a while to change the cutting on them. This is the magnet sheet. Again, I'm like Stephanie, I use every bit of my area. I mean, it used to have the B here to show you that was the next plate that went down. And then this is the bottom cutting plate. Sometimes I switch around and use it on the top. It just depends. Depends on if it's out of whack or whatever. Also, I wanted to show you that comes with this machine. And what also comes with it is the great big long one. And this thing is what I do all my base cards out of. You can tell just by the way it looks. Again, does not warp. Stays perfectly flat. That's the nice thing about Anna Griffin's. She also gives you embossing plates. So you can just emboss instead of die cutting all the way through. This is for the smaller pad set, and then there's a long one for the bottom one. I use it a lot when, like on this tulip card, I want to know exactly where I'm going to be placing my my stuff, my tulips and stuff. So that being said, I want to make sure. Sorry, I'm going to try and adjust this again. Okay. I want to make sure that when I'm putting my my tulips on it and the grass on it and the stems and the leaves and all that stuff. I want to make sure when I'm doing that, I want to make sure I'm getting it in the right spot. So I'm going to die cut. I can find the die because now I made a mess. And of course, you always look for the words that says place fold here, and then it's always on the side. I have yet to do the side one. I always do the top. I think I've done the side one once or twice, depending on the card. So I'm going to place it on my die cutting machine, or my die cutting plates. I'm going to make sure it's on straight, but I have it angled. Even though it's an electric machine, you still want to be careful of those bumps, and you can hear it if it bumps funny. So I always angle it just a little. I put it in until I feel its resistance. I hit the run button, I let go. I hold my hand on the other side just so it doesn't kerplunk down. You don't have to crank anything. You don't have to turn anything. When it's done, easy peasy. Take your thing off, pop it out, put this in my scraps. Voila. Now, you've noticed to cut the top of the middle tulip off. I went ahead and cut, so there's my folded. Ta-da-ta-da. Turn it this way more. Guess you guys can look at my stomach. Anyway, I went ahead and cut out the front to decorate it, and I embossed it. So it'll go on there just like that. And then it'll be the way it's supposed to be. But before I glue it onto my folded, I'm going to set the folded aside, and we're going to decorate this guy. Now, I normally don't decorate on my plates, and if you don't turn, can you see the lights up here? They're still on. If you don't turn your machine off, after so many minutes, it'll turn itself off. I'm in the habit when I'm done, I do that. So the first thing I'm going to glue on here, yeah, it looks like you guys can see it okay, is I'm going to do the grass. And I went ahead and I've already inked it, gave it some highlights. Let me put my other glasses on that I can see better with. I go see the eye doctor tomorrow, you guys. I'm super excited. I'm hoping I can get my cataract surgery soon. I know that would help my vision. So I went ahead and did my grass, and I, of course, put her on sticker paper because this stuff is real intense, and I don't want to sit there with all those little grassy parts. I don't want to have to sit and figure it out. So since I did emboss this, I can see exactly where this is going to lay. I'm going to get it all in place and talk amongst yourselves, ask me some questions. Are any of you going to the store sale on May 3rd? I am definitely going. I'm dragging my sister with me. We're just going to go for the weekend, and I'm hoping to buy a couple things that they're not on the website, but I know the store has stuff that normally isn't posted because they don't have a large enough quantity. Okay, when you're pushing this down into the spots, you really, the thing I like about embossing is that it shows really detailed where it's supposed to go. You know, so you might need to spread a couple things, which is what I am ending up doing. And I really, really like the fact that this is working so well. Any questions, you guys? Oh, yay, Gail, you're going to be at the store today. Yay, we get to see each other again. And I guess, oh, what's her name? I can't think of her name. The other gal that was with us at the big thing on the 15th anniversary. Oh, what's her? Julie Radu's going to be there, and she's bringing her husband. So there, I got all this down. I'm going to take my bone folder, and I'm going to make it stick for good. I just like to push it down, and as Stephanie says, let those edges, make sure they all stick. So there, I got the grass and the stems done, and the leaves. Starting to look like a tulip. Then what I did, oh, I need to do some more die cutting. Before I glue the tulips on, I'm going to cut the inserts to the I went ahead and pre-cut these. Or I just cut them in squares so I could just lay them on here instead of a whole sheet at a time. And then the little ladybug. I already did the ladybug because what I did is I used the black. I used the black, Onyx Black Spectrum Noir sparkle pen. And I did my ladybug. And wait till I show you how cute. Oh gosh, where did she go? Oh, did I lose my ladybug? She's so freaking cute. Nope, here she is. Okay, I'll hold her by her little feetsies. Look, you guys, isn't she cute? Can you see the sparkles of her little dots? So there's my little ladybug. I wanted to do her and let her dry because that sparkle noir pen sometimes takes a minute. So again, I'm just going to put this in until it feels resistance. Hit run. That's all it is. That's how easy it is. Now, if you want to make sure if it's a thicker dot and you have a backing on it, or you think it needs to go through a couple times, you just hit the reverse button, hold it down. It'll go in reverse. And then when you let go, it'll stop. And then you hit the run button and it'll go back through. That's what I do whenever I have the sticker paper on the back, because I want to make sure the dies are getting through both layers of the cardstock and sticker paper. So I've got these all done. Get them out of the way so I can put this down. Oops, left my yellow tulip. I love this tulip one. I can't believe I haven't made a card out of it yet. So I've got my little dental tool to poke these out. I don't know why I have a dental tool. I used to use it when I was doing nails for nail designs. I've always done some weird things with weird instruments. But anyway, okay, so I've got those cut out. And I've got my ladybug cut out. So now I'm going to put my tulips together. I did lemonade, blue jay, and bubblegum. So that being said, I picked out of the paper pad, the Kind Thoughts collection, the newest one we just got. I picked out their flowers because I thought those would look cute in here because they had all the colors. Aren't those cute? So I'm going to glue those on real fast. And then I'm going to assemble it. Looks like a really easy card. I just opened this glue, so I got to be careful I don't squirt it out too much. I barely put any pressure on it, and to get the tips, I just drag it. I don't know about you guys and where you guys live, but in Phoenix, the one thing I have noticed is I love, love, love the tape runners. However, I have gone to card shows and half my cards are coming loose. They're coming loose because the stickiness doesn't stay. It's not sticky enough to hold like this glue. This glue is like cement. So I pretty much use the adhesive tape, not the runner, but the adhesive tape and the glue the most. I do on occasion use the tape, the runner, for stuff that's I'm feeling like it's going to be okay. So I'm just gluing these tops that I cut out from the dies in the tulip set, the individual tulip sets. And I'm just going to put these cute little things on here. I had a hard time deciding what I wanted to do for it because I really overthink everything. I'm like, maybe this would look cuter, or maybe that would look cuter. And then I thought maybe I shouldn't have done the yellow, blue, and pink. Maybe I should have done violet. It's like I make myself crazy overthinking things. Okay, those are cut out. So next thing I'm going to do is bring my card front back over, and I'm going to start gluing these onto the embossed front of my card. And the only thing to do after I get these on is to decorate them and find a die to put on. I'm not going to put a saying on it yet because I don't really know what holiday I want this for. So yeah, you just glue these on. And what's nice about when you emboss it, you can see exactly where they go. I mean, for the most part, all of her stuff is easy to assemble. I mean, it's not rocket science here. But I just find when you do it with the embossing, it makes your life so much easier. And then after this, I'll glue on the folded part, and voila, we have a card in less than, I don't know how many minutes. Again, I had a lot of the cutting out done. I wanted to show you how the machine worked, but I realized I didn't need to cut out every single thing. So what do you think so far? Isn't that cute? Isn't that cute, 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 cute? It's going to be cuter when I get it embellished. Make sure you put the top on your glue. Now, what did I do with the folded? Okay, here it is. So the folded, I always put my glue on the folded part because if you put it on the front card and you go too high, you're going to have extra glue spewing out. So get my glue back out. Yep, you want to listen for that pop. And I just swirly gig it. I go all around, I get into every little notch, but I usually make circles. It's been my best glue effect. I barely put any pressure on my glue, you guys. That's why I never have big, thick lumps or anything like that. So I'm going to lay this down backwards. I'm going to line this up and lay it down, making sure I've got everybody in the correct position. And then I'm going to push, 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 press, press, press. Get this bad boy together. Stuck, 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 stuck. I'll open it up and I'll keep pressing again, making sure everything's in alignment, which it is. Yay, me. And voila, we have a folded card. Cutesy, cutesy. I don't know why on my camera this looks yellow, but it's yellow. I mean, it looks like it's kind of greenish, but it's yellow. And this is grass green, the color grass, in the inks that Stephanie sells. Now I'm going to do a couple of artsy things, and I can't remember where I was going to glue the dots. So give me a second to think about this. Okay, I took out these 2 dot sets. I have a ton of epoxy dots, and these have green sparkle on them. Now, when I do my epoxy dots on this, I put a dot of glue on and then I stick it on. I don't like to play that game. So I'm just going to randomly glue some things here. And then I'm going to, and don't worry about putting the glue on all over because it's not going to dry that fast. And you can always go back and add. So I really like this one green. And I am going to add a lot of it. And another thing, if you put too much glue on by mistake, don't worry about it. It dries totally clear. Totally, totally clear. But I just do it really willy-nilly. I don't have any rhyme or reason. If I see something that needs another green dot, I'll go ahead and put it on. I don't like that one there. It's too big, so I pulled it off, and I'll put a little one on. And even though there's extra glue there, it will dry clear and it'll look better. Now I'm going to take the really pretty rainbow dots. I love these dots. They're so pretty. What size do I want, though? I'm going to go ahead and use the bigger ones. I think this is why I picked these colors, too. I still wish I would have used violet. I really like my violet. A yellow one, a blue one, and a pink one is what I need. I even took the time to figure out which bow I wanted to use. I was going to make a bow, and I remembered I really, really, really like her ivory bows, those new ones, and I ordered extra. I saw she had them on sale. So I have a bow around here somewhere. Let me figure out where it went. Oh, my little ladybug. Where should we put her? Oh, I know where we're going to put her. Yes, I talk to myself when I'm making cards. Talk to myself all the time. If I answer myself, nobody knows. So to heck with it. Okay, I accidentally got a little glob of glue there, so I'm going to go ahead and just put one little extra dot here because I made a mess. And that's the nice thing about if you make a mess, you can always cover it back up. So I'm looking for my bow that I took out to put on here. I even managed to put the tape on the back. Here it is, way over here. I even went ahead and put the aggressive tape on it. I like that to glue these kinds of bows on. It really, really makes it stick. And any little pieces that are sticking out, just fold them down. Oh, where do we want to put this? Put it right there on that middle one. Oh, that's cute. That turned out nice. So here's the finished product. What do you think? Got that little ladybug down there with the little leaf dots and then the pink, blue, and yellow dots on the stems. I think it turned out pretty darn cute. I did do inking on the bases of the tulips, so it gave it a little more dimension. You can see it better in person. I'll figure out some kind of stamp to put on the inside and then on the back. So yeah, that was fun. Does anybody have questions about the Anna Griffin electric die cutting machine? Now, when I got it 2 years ago, it was $279. I have no idea what they are now. I know HSN sells them, and I know they had them on sale one time. In fact, I almost bought another one because I thought, oh, how long do they last? Whatever. But obviously, they last a long time. So I don't think that's a problem. Hey, we built that. We got that card done really, really quick. I love my embellishments, Kellyanne. Let me tell you what I do. I am so obsessed. The size of the regular plates. Okay, let me get out my ruler. The small one, which I use for 99.9% of all my die cutting, only because it's easier to handle, is 7 wide by not quite, a little over 8.5. I should measure the magnet part because the magnet part is the actual cutting plate. These are just the top, the cover, and the bottom. So the actual cutting space you have is 8 inches long by just under 7 inches. That's the one I use 99% of the time. When I am making my card bases, all my card bases, except for the foldeds, and which you just saw, the foldeds I don't have to do on the big one, and I don't have to do the flippets on the big one, unless it's the 5x7 flip it. Now, this bad boy is, you can tell which card. You can tell I only use this for my card bases because look, it's just the frames of all the cards. There's hardly any middle work going on in here. One of the reasons why I chose the electric is I had to get out of doing nails because of my hands. They were so bad. I had multiple surgeries done on them, and there's certain things I just can't do. And one of them is that cranking motion with my wrist. Forget it. That's not happening. So that's why I chose to get the electric. So this big bad boy is still 8 inches wide. They're both the same width. The only difference is the length. And I'm going to say it's 13, maybe more. It's 13.5 inches long. So that, and every single big die where Stephanie will sell a die that it covers the whole entire sheet of paper, it will cut on this. You can get it on here. I have not had anything not fit. And it comes with the pads and the template and the sheet to explain how to do embossing for the small one. And it comes with the same set of embossing stuff for the big one. All that comes with her stuff. And when I got it too, she even sent a decent amount of dies. Not a big fan of her dies, mainly because they're thinner than what I'm used to. Stephanie's is really, really, really thick. Oh, it's $3.59 on, Brenda says, on for the Empress Elite. I don't know the difference between the Empress Elite and the regular Empress. They only have the one when I ordered it. Let me go on her website and see what I can find for information. Yeah, she does have the Empress Mini, which is just the smaller version. That small plate I showed you comes with the embossing plates, and it comes with the big plate. It's $180. Then what I've got, I guess, is the fancy one, the big one, because it has the bigger plates too. And it's $279 on the Anna Griffin website. So she does have that for $279. And what did you say it was? Yeah, $359. Big difference. Let me make sure it has everything on it. Okay, the Elite on Anna Griffin, it's normally $330. She's got them in stock for $279.99. It comes with the big plates. It comes with the power cord. It does not come with the smaller plates, so you'd have to pay extra for the smaller plates. So let's go on to HSN and see if they've got all of it included. Because if they have it all included, that's probably a better deal. I even thought one time I'd have to buy new plates because they were getting so scratched up. But as long as you can see them, I mean, as long as they're not warped and they're working, it doesn't matter what they look like. I mean, anything works. So let's see what she's got here in her. Okay, I'm not going to find it that way. It's so hot here, you guys. The room that I do my crafting in, it sucks for air. Die cut machine. Again, I'm sorry I wasn't on last week, but it was just one of those moments where I just didn't give a crap about anything, and I was in a mood, and I didn't want to take it out on you guys. And everything I touched was getting screwed up. Have you ever had one of those days where everything you touch just gets messed up? Well, I can't really see any description on it for her. So do some shopping. Look on Amazon too, you guys. Don't be afraid to go check out Amazon. Elite is probably the newer version, but it's also the bigger version because right now she has the mini. And the mini holds the smaller pad that I was showing you guys. It holds this one. This is what the mini comes with, is this size. But the regular Empress was just the only one she had out 2 years ago, is what they're calling the Elite now. And it only comes with the big pads, the big ones. But when I got it, it came with both. You can buy these all separate. So if you feel they're looking funky and you don't like them looking funky, I don't care what they look like. They die cut, they do a beautiful job. I never have any trouble at all. So again, Jeannie, did you get the sizes okay? I already did that. I don't know if it was you that asked. And that they do not, the plates do not ever, ever, ever warp. I mean, nothing ever comes out funky. In fact, the magnet pan kind of is like flexible. So there's no warping for that. And these just don't warp. I have done that test once in a while where I flip them just because I think they're warped, but they're not. They're just as straight as can be. They're plastic, so it's a hard, thick plastic. It's not the flimsy like that warp. I mean, this does not bend. It's like her magnets. It does not bend. What else do you guys want to see? I just love my little folded. It's cute. I love tulips. They're my favorite flower in the whole world. Let me see what other things I got in here to show you. Okay, look, and here's another planner sheet. The only problem with making an 8.5 by 11 planner, it's a big planner, and I don't know how many people. And I just came up with the idea of laminating it and giving you a grease pen where you can write on it, wipe it off, use it over and over and over. You're not wasting paper. I just thought it was a neat idea. I made 45 of them. I laminated 45 and I put magnets on 45. And guess what, kids? It all fits in. All 45 of them fit perfectly in my Happy Meal box. I use these boxes for my trade shows all the time. I take them, I put lots of things in them. You wouldn't think this thickness would hold a lot, but boy, does it ever. So I'll give you another look at on my Easter cards. How cute they turned out. These bad boys. I had so much fun making them. I made 12 of these box sets today. So I got those done really fast. And you saw how fast the tulip card went together. That'll be fun to sell. Okay, guys, what's going on? It's been 46 minutes. Do the lines from the plates show on your project? Never. Nasha, never, ever, ever do the lines on the plates show on the project. First of all, when I do my die cutting, let me show you again really quick. When I do my die cutting, first thing I do is I put the actual die. Let's do this one. Oh, let's get a piece of paper here. Okay, the paper goes on the magnet. And I never put it on straight. I always cockeye it a little bit. Then the die with the edges that you're going to cut with go face down. So the only thing that this die is going to cut into is this magnetic mat. It's not going to cut into your paper. And all the etchings that are underneath it do not ever come up on the card, ever. It's just, it's the same principle as Stephanie's die cutting machine. It just doesn't work that way. So no, in answer to that, it does not do that. Bobby Kendall, rotating base. I don't understand. What about a rotating base? I don't know what you mean. Clarify that for me, Bobby. I'm missing the point there. I love embellishments. When I buy embellishments from Stephanie, I order double or triple because I will always keep. I only have 2 sheets of this. These are my favorite. They're so pretty. I will use 1 sheet. This sheet I will use. I will never touch the other sheet. I mean, I never say never, but I mean, not for a very long time. When I find something in her embellishments that I like, I'm a hoarder. But I think that's part of crafting, you guys, is when we craft, part of the fun is having the supplies available and ready at all times. It's not necessarily using every single solitary thing up. I love looking on my work desk when I'm making stuff, and I can see all my stuff that I use for making shaker cards and my embellishments, my ribbons. I love my ribbon rack where I can just look over there and look at them. That's half the fun and part of the crafting process. I'm so sorry, it was by the plates. I would measure them for you. What was that, Lexi? It was by the plates I would measure them for you? I don't understand that either. Okay, do we ever figure out the rotating base? Lines don't stick. Awesome, thank you. Lexi, I don't know if it's genius about laminating those sheets. I just know that I'm trying to economize on paper. And when people say that they don't like to buy cards because you use them once and then they throw them away, I tell a lot of my people that buy them, and I've had people do this, and I've even done it. Some people take the front of their card and they put it in a frame because I would have no trouble whatsoever framing the card I just made that I've already lost. Oh, here it is. I would have no trouble cutting this off and framing that in a frame for spring or for Easter or whatever. I have no trouble doing that. Oh, Bobby, I can turn the machine around when the plate comes out. Oh, you want me to do that now? Just to show you how it comes out? It just goes straight through and comes out the other side. The machine is not lightweight. It is heavy, and it does have a handle. And when I picked it up to move it over here and I lifted this handle, I had all kinds of little critters in here I didn't know about. So, yeah. Oh, it has a Lazy Susan on the belt on it. I don't know why they do that. My plate just comes straight out the back and it's no big deal. I know when they make new stuff, they try to change things up to make it different and maybe be able to charge more money. I've never understood that. I will not get a new one until I have to. Now I know what you mean by the rotating base. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, this does not have a Lazy Susan on the back of it. So, okay, guys. Oh, I wanted to talk to you real quick about, before we go, city taxes have changed here in Phoenix, Glendale, Peoria, Mesa, Tempe, blah, 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 blah. All the lovely little towns we have. It used to be you signed up for your license, and to be honest with you, I was just using my license from when I had my nail salon for retail. And what they've done now is you pay a one-time fee, and ours is $25 per city. You pay that. Whatever your sales you make, you fill out the paperwork and you send it in, and then it takes a percentage. Now on craft items, I only have to pay 0.000125, which is a ridiculously low amount. So I would have to sell a minimum of $500, and I would spend like $3.75 for the city tax for that month or for that sale. So I sent in for the yearly license this time instead of the quarterly. So that being said, check with your local areas, call your city that you're doing your craft fairs in. They're the ones that are going to tell you which licensing you need. The state doesn't do it here in Arizona. It's done by city. So if I did a craft fair in Glendale, I have to pay the Glendale tax, city tax. If I do it in Peoria, I have to do the Peoria one. Well, I think I found the perfect thing for me, which is the Glendale one that I really like. She does 3 of them in the spring, and she does 3 of them in the fall: October, November, December, February, March, and April. And I think that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to do anything in the summer. It's too hot here. People just aren't buying cards. I know the rest of you know that the economy right now isn't so great. So I am trying to be frugal in that respect. But right now I'm just getting the Glendale licensing, and I'm going to leave it at that. You know what, Gail? I used to think that choosing the paper was the hardest, but I've learned a trick, and I really like it. As soon as I pick out my base color, I always go to the paper pad. Any paper pad, just pick one. It doesn't matter which one, the newest one, an old one. And at the bottom where it says all the colors that are associated with that paper pad that you can use, then I stick with that paper pad and I pick out the inside ones. I picked, Gail, I know this is stupid, but I did it backwards this time. I picked out all of the stuff that I liked. I got the lemonade, the Blue Jay, and the bubble gum. I got all 3 of those colors picked out. I found the tulip inserts that I wanted to do, got those all done. And then I went back and I went to do the base card, but I always grabbed the berry. It's my new favorite color. I just think it's so pretty. I don't know. I'm hooked on the berry. It goes with everything, I think. So it is what it is. Lexi, I think it's to save space. People don't have enough space for the long plates to come out the back. You know what? It's interesting you mentioned that, because, see, and I don't know how it would rotate coming out the back, because that long plate only has one way to go. Anyway, yeah, I had to really think that process through when I was setting up my workstation for that. But it's not, I have just enough right down to the 1/4 of an inch. It comes out perfect where I don't have to worry about it. But yeah, that would make more sense, Lexi, to have it done for space. So anybody that is new, thank you for coming in. Don't forget to hit the like, the love, and the share. And please, please, please subscribe. Oh, Karen, you're going to love the berry cardstock. It makes so many beautiful cards and beautiful things. It's my new favorite color. It's not purple. It's not pink. It's just right there. Any other questions, guys? Well, I showed you how the Empress machine works. Next week, you're just going to get a condensed version of me panicking because I'll only have a week to go before my craft fair, and I always get nervous that I don't have enough stuff to sell or enough variety. My big thing is variety now. I'm still debating on whether I should make more box sets or not. What do you guys think? The egg ones are the easiest, and they're the bigger ones, so you can get more stuff in them. I might make 5 or 6 more of those, and that'll be a good amount. And they go together so fast. I made 12 box sets in 2.5 hours, and that was cutting them all out. I was from beginning to end decorating them. The bunnies are a lot more time consuming decorating. You can tell on the box sets, on the egg. I just did the glitter. I'll try and show you this. The glitter paper on the yellow, and then I used epoxy dots for the centers of the flowers. Bam, it's done. But I'm loving the new purple. Now this is on berry, and I used the purple hologram paper. Isn't that gorgeous? And I put on the pink centers. I love this stuff. I know I get so excited over simple things. And then on the Happy Easter ones, again, the purple. Okay, this is the pink vellum. This is the purple vellum. Look at this stuff, you guys. Ah, isn't it amazing? Sparkle, sparkle. Shiny squirrel. So anyway, that being said, I just stuck a bow on this, and then on the flowered ones, I just put the epoxy dots in them for the centers. And because you're doing the hologram paper, 12 cards and boxes, you know what takes me the longest to cut out is those stupid box parts. Cutting those out is my biggest problem. Putting it together, I got it down to an art. I know exactly what I'm doing on this. I'm glad you guys enjoy my YouTubes. I really like doing them. I like sharing. I learned stuff from you guys too. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next week in my panic mode before my craft fair. If you guys come up with any ideas, will you please post it or text me or message me for something different to sell there? I'm open to ideas. I'm not embarrassed or ashamed to ask for help. Do I have any glitter overlay? The greatest pen to glitter anything? I have all these fine glitter pens. Okay, I went nuts with the Spectrum Noir sparkle pens. I got it in black. I got it in gold. I got it in silver. I got it in the blues and the green. I also got it in the clear. And I ink this stuff on everything. Now this glitter paper that Stephanie sold on the HSN kits, I love it. It's super thin. So when you put the adhesive back on it, it just peels off and goes on so smooth. I cannot stand that new sticker paper that she sold on HSN. That stuff sucks. Only part of it comes off. It doesn't come off all the way like her other ones do. So I'm not even using it. Okay, any other questions? I'm going to get out of here for tonight. It's been an hour. The glitter overlay pens. Let me look them up. I don't know. Maybe we're not talking about the same thing. Let me look and see what they are. One more thing to put in my cart. Thanks a lot. Way to go. That's all I need, Karen, is to buy more stuff. I'm getting yelled at from spending too much. Overlay pens. Okay, yeah, that is the pens I'm talking about. The Spectrum Noir Sparkle Glitter Pens, clear overlay. Yes, I use those on everything. But on my little ladybug tonight, I used the black Spectrum Glitter overlay pen. And it's black. I'm trying to get it so it'll show the glitter part of it. There it is. It's super, super glittery. What I like is it's such a fine glitter. It's not the thicker glitter like the paper is. You know, it's not like this. It's real fine. And I used the black one on my ladybug. See how she sparkles on her dots? I didn't do it for her eyes and stuff. Yes, they have a clear one. They have a silver one. They have a gold one. They have a black one. Then they make them in blues. They make them in pinks. They make them in purples. But Stephanie has the clear ones, and I think she has some of the colored ones too. Let's see. I'm pretty sure she does because I bought them off of her. It's under the inks, pens, markers and pens. Yes, she has the Spectrum Noir tricolor metallic markers. Those are gorgeous. But then she also has the glitter ones, the clear overlay. Okay, she used to have the other ones, but I don't see them here anymore. Nope, they must have sold out. But one time she had, it was black. It came in a set. It was black, gold, and silver. And I have those. And they last forever, ever, ever. So anyway, and if you can still go on to, not Totally Tiffany's, the other people, Crafter's Companion, they still sell them too. And I will buy those when I run out because I use them on everything. They just make an instant glitter show thing. Oh, Linda, I'll be happy to show you how to make the box sets. They're really easy. They go together super fast. I'm trying to find my fence die. I had a die that it literally looked just like a little fence, and I was going to make those kinds of box sets for Happy Mother's Day and put some little fake flowers or something in it. Thanks, Lexi. Okay, guys, it's been an hour, and thank you for watching. It's been a lot of fun. Thanks for commenting. And if you have any other ideas for me, please let me know. And if there's something else you want me to demo, like somebody wanted to see the Empress electric machine, so I moved it over to show you guys how it worked. So you guys have a wonderful, great day, and I will see you next week. Stay safe, stay happy, have fun. Bye-bye.